Oh, you see, Mr. Wonderful has made his return to the FC Sneaker Factory to bring you a brand new segment. But before all that, I know I got you beautiful people out there, the fellas. Oh, and those beautiful ladies that I call my cheerleaders. I appreciate you for stepping on into the FC Sneaker Factory, because guess what? In case you didn't know, the light, it's always shining bright when it comes to greatness, when it comes to Mr. Wonderful. Oh, and when it comes to the fit, looking amazing as always. But I know I got you beautiful people out there, the fellas. Oh, and those beautiful ladies out there. I know you're looking amazing as always as well. But guess what? You see the brand new fit? No, I shouldn't say brand new fit, but the brand new fit when it comes to this sneaker profile, when it comes to this specific segment. Because you know what? We're doing a brand new segment. Oh, and this segment, the shoes to my left, oh, they look so freaking amazing. But you know what? These are shoes that I feel like just do not get enough love. So you know what? When I thought of a new segment to bring to the table for you beautiful people out there, I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and run something that no one really talks about. Shoes that no one really talk about. Everybody wants to talk about the Jordans, right? The latest Jordans that just came out. Everybody wants to talk about the Nike SBs, right? The Dunks. What's new that came out in those? Or what are the classic models that just came out? And in case you missed it, I touched on some of those on the last segment. But this one right here, I said, you know what? Let's pay tribute to something, a shoe that's just so freaking comfortable, but shoes that are just made right. And the ones in my collection, the ones in my FC Sneaker Factory, I feel like they deserve to be, or to have the light on them. So you know what? I decided to do a running segment. Some runners in my collection. So I know you're probably like, oh, runners, I really don't mess with runners, Mr. Wonderful. Well, you know what? Sit tight. Sit back and relax. And maybe these shoes maybe you may want to run towards these shoes and get these for your collection. Who knows? I'm just here to shed some light, to give a beautiful profile on them. So in case you missed it, you see what I'm rocking. I decided, you know, I have to actually go run some errands. I have a party to go to a little later. So I got to get a card for this special person. And I wanted to basically, one, look amazing as always. When Mr. Wonderful steps out, he always looks so fucking amazing. But two, I wanted to bring something out that I have not brought out in quite some time. This jacket specifically, I have not worn in quite some time because of the color. I do not want to get it dirty. And it's just a beautiful jacket, and I do not want to mess it up in any single way. But this jacket I purchased a long time ago. I want to say around like maybe 2007. I was still in college at the time. I wore this a couple times to college, and it was made specifically for the Andre Agassi shoe. In case you're not aware, in case you've never seen this jacket. But this jacket is just so freaking amazing. The colors pop, and of course it makes Mr. Wonderful pop even more. But let me go ahead and stand up for you so you can get a nice look at this beautiful fit and how I'm rocking it. And maybe you may try to find this down the road somewhere, maybe on eBay. I don't know where you could get this fit from, but let's take a look at it. So the Nike running or tennis tech challenge jacket, the Andre Agassi. As you can see, you do got that nice Nike hit right here. But I love the paint splattered hits on this. That beautiful orange and that teal blue, and just the classic jacket. I am rocking the white long sleeve Lululemon tee underneath, the fundamental to be exact. And then of course some nice light blue denim to go to make the fit all work. So this jacket, like I mentioned, it's fairly old, right? This was a time period when this jacket came out, was when CD players were actually used. I want to say around this time iPods were barely getting some recognition, or people were barely starting to buy them, right? They haven't caught up to the technology as far as listening to music at this time when this dropped. So this one actually still has one of those CD player pouches on the inside right here. It's just funny. It even has like the headphones and stuff like that right there. It's crazy. It's just crazy because this pocket's really big It does have this nice zip right there to slide your CD player in case I mean, for all the younger people, you probably have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But look it up. CD compact player, disc players, look it up and see how big they were, and that's how people used to listen to their music, or listen to their CDs, I should say. Enough about that. Let's talk about sneaker profile 181 when it comes to the catalog of countless sneakers in my collection. And this is just a freaking beauty. But not the before. Let's touch on this first. YouTube is my pedestal, and the sneaker genre is my playground. And when it comes to this one right here, oh, classic shoes right here. So let's introduce, right, the Nike Air structure. But let's take a look at the box first, and let me go on to the history of the shoe. So you got that, that classic, the box that we always get for recently, as of now, like for quite some time now, the orange, the white Nike box, just your typical boxing on this one. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy when it comes to this. But let's take a look at that tag. The Nike Air Structure OG. And you see right there, size 10.5. You do got that Summit white and teal black. $120 price tag on this. What a steal. Let's take a look at the inside of the box. You do got just the regular tissue paper. Nothing crazy about the boxing on this. Your standard packaging. But this is not your standard shoe. So this shoe, originally it came out in 1991. Okay. Gorgeous shoe. 90s all the way when it comes to the colorway right here. Beautiful shoe. Of course, what do you expect when it comes from Mr. Wonderful? He always brings you the beautiful, the classics when it comes to his FC sneaker factory behind him. And let's take a look at this one. This one does not skip a beat. I absolutely love this shoe. I loved it the first time I saw it, and it always just looks amazing, so fresh and so DS. So here we go. So this shoe was released back in 1991. This was called the Nike Air Structure Tri-X. It debuted in 1991. I can't tell you the month that it first came out, but it just says the year 1991. And this one, it was that bold teal and that infrared colorway. This was the first sneaker that the brand introduced for the Structure series, which was the running line created to help runners who overpronate thanks to the use of that slightly wider and flatter sole. So this one was, a little bit kind of, I should say, groundbreaking, right? When it came to 1991, definitely was geared towards specific runners, right? Compared to the more narrow-footed runners at that time. So this shoe was released in 1991, but in 2008, it came back. It came back as a retro, and I remember that because I actually own that retro. I actually still have it in the collection, to be honest with you. I don't really have it in the collection. I just use that as my running shoe. And if you ever wanted a running shoe, the Structure is the way to go. I mean, I feel like the Structure is just so light, such a great running shoe. I mean, one, you're still styling, right? When you're running, people are still looking, but you're also you have that comfort level when it comes to the shoe. So it released in 2008, the first retro from 1991. And I actually got my hands on that one. I didn't get for retail. I had to go eBay market on that one because it was scarce. I don't even remember any shops getting it. I never remember seeing it online. That's why I had to go eBay. I remember knowing that it was going to come out. I just didn't know how to get my hands on it. So got it in 2008. Wore it quite some time through college. And then eventually I was like, yeah, this shoe's it's the material starts getting, yellowish. Even if you keep it clean, because Mr. Wonderful always keeps his shoes clean. But it just turned yellow over time because of, the dirt and all that stuff. So I was like, I'm just going to start using it as my actually running shoe. So 2008 came, and then it went, and then I wasn't necessarily in the market from getting one, but then of course, 30th anniversary came 2021, and they retroed it again. This one they actually called the Nike Air Structure OG, okay? And then this is what you're looking at now. This is the retro of the original 91 release. So you got this really nice, I want to say it kind of feels like just a really thin suede material, but it's not suede, but it's kind of like I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like a sponge type feel to it. This is all mesh. This is the part that really hard to keep clean and hard to keep white. So you do got more of that mesh. It's just a white. You do got that black, kind of, I would say, I guess I would call it a suede. This is more of a nice gray light suede right here. Beautiful touch. I love the teal blue though. That's just the gorgeous hit when it comes to this specific shoe. Gorgeous teal swoosh on it. Beautiful. It does have that nice, it's just a nice, kind of like a suede material. This is all like hard plastic. You do got that black lining, white right here, and then more of that teal, that nice gray right here on the midsole, some white right here on the midsole as well. The clear air unit right there, the teal to go around the air unit. Let's take a look at the rear. You do got that nice infrared hit when it comes to the red, the Nike Air in the back, black, more of that plastic. This is all plastic right here. This is more of that gray suede, and then the mesh right here. Mesh goes through the collar of the shoe. More of that black plastic. And then let's take a look at the medial side. So the medial side is actually different from the lateral side. Here we got the lateral side with the swoosh, with the teal hits. And then the medial side, you got no swoosh, but you got that infrared hit. So I love that touch. Definitely a clean touch. Definitely more of those 90s colors with the infrared hit right here. And then, of course, you got that nice gray suede, mesh white hit on the side panel, mesh white hit right here. And then just this black, nice, I guess you would call it suede. Let's take a look at the outsole. I love the outsole, right? You got that infrared hit. You got that nice teal hit right here. Gorgeous. Nike embossed right there. Let's take a look at the aerial view of the shoe. My favorite part of the shoe is just looking down at it on this specific one. You got that nice mesh toe box. More of that gray type suede material. And it goes into this nice white mesh tongue right here. White laces. But then you have this nice, I love the tongue on this shoe though. More of that 90s screaming right here. So you got that nice Nike teal blue infrared hit, but then of course you got that nice structured embroidered on the tongue, and of course it's all gray. And then right here, the inside simple, right? Infrared insole, black collar around you for your ankle, and then infrared hit under behind the tongue. So gorgeous shoe. I mean, I cannot speak so much highly about this shoe. $120 back in 2021. Easy money. I was able actually to pick up 2 pairs of this shoe because I love this shoe that much. I was very excited when I saw that it was coming out. I was thinking it was going to sell out because in 2008, I remember, like I just mentioned, right? This shoe was so hard to find, very limited when I seen it. Like it wasn't like at how this one was released. This was more of a wider release, like worldwide. The one from 2008, I want to say that one it was just rare. I don't know if it was just released overseas, but I had a hard time getting my hands on it. That's why I went to eBay market and I had to pay a good amount of money for that one. But it was well worth it. I got my money. I still getting my money's well on that shoe. So this one right here, dead stock. I do have 2 pairs, brand new. I haven't had a chance to wear this, but this is more of like a summer shoe, so I'm gonna wait for the summer to bring this one out. I know we're already 2021, we're already in 2023, so I typically, when it comes to shoes, I've been noticing is I wait a year to wear any of my shoes because I feel like that's the time where I know, okay, I like it or I don't, and I'm gonna get rid of it. And then that's the time I feel like everybody's just like used their shoes all up and they're all trashed at that point. And then of course, Mr. Wonderful has so many freaking shoes in his collection, he can always bring it out. So this is right here, the Nike Air Structure, Definitely a summer shoe this summer for me. But what about you? Do you recognize this shoe? Is this shoe in your collection? If you're older, an older fella and an older beautiful lady, did you have this one back in 91, or you're just not aware of it? Well, I'm making you aware of it now. Fellas and those beautiful ladies that I call my cheerleaders, you're all well aware of this shoe now. There's no reason for you to not get this shoe in your possession. Greatest colorway ever when it comes to this specific shoe right here, the structure. Sneaker Profiles 181 is officially in the books. Oh, what a freaking classic that one was. But you know what? In a couple days, don't worry, fellas, don't worry, ladies. I'll be back for you to deliver you a brand new shoe that I have never shown you from the FC Sneaker Factory behind me. But of course, Mr. Wonderful is always looking amazing, and he will continue to look amazing in the next 4 videos. So just go ahead and sit tight and relax, and we'll go ahead and run it all over again. I hope you enjoy this one because I freaking enjoy it. I'm glad it's in my FC Sneaker Factory. But I suggest, if you don't have that one, go get your grubby little paws on that one, because that one's a must-have, especially if you are into running, or maybe if you're just into just a comfortable shoe to go to the grocery store. Great shoe to do that in. I appreciate you once again for tuning in to FC Sneaker Factory. But you know what? We'll be doing it all over again for number 182. We have just officially closed the books on this one, but we'll be reopening those books again, and those doors will be open for the FC Sneaker Factory for you beautiful people to come in. I appreciate you, and of course, like I always leave you, like I always mention on every fucking video, Floyd on YouTube is just too sweet.